What's going on, guys? It's your average consumer, and today we're going to be spending a real day in the life with the Pixel 6 Pro. We're actually shooting on the Pixel 6 Pro right now. This is the front-facing camera, so the video quality as well as the audio quality that you're hearing and seeing is coming straight from the phone itself. But we're going to be spending a full day with this phone, checking out all of its new features, this new Google Tensor chip, seeing how powerful it is. But we got a busy day today, you guys. I got a lot of stuff to shoot, and I got to take my car in to get repaired. Let me show you. So check it out, you guys. Now, don't look at this and think Judd's a bad driver. This actually happened because I was using the self-parking feature, and the first time I took my eyes off what was going on around me, it went into a column in my garage at the studio, and it went through the wrap, and now it's on the actual car itself. So we gotta get that fixed. My poor baby Kilua back in the shop again, but it's all good. It's all good. So we've got to drop off Kilua, shoot a bunch of stuff. It's gonna be a pretty packed day, and we should probably get started. And look at this angry car. Look at those headlights. They're furious. But before we go further into the video, guys, we gotta give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Blockfi. Now, Blockfi is a crypto platform looking to build a bridge between cryptocurrency and traditional financial and wealth management products. And they offer something they call a Blockfi interest account, which allows individuals and companies that own crypto to earn interest in crypto to their accounts. And of course, Blockfi allows its clients to buy or sell cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and a ton more. And check this out, guys. They even offer a Blockfi rewards card that allows you to earn interest in Bitcoin with everyday purchases. So you can earn 1.5% back in Bitcoin on every transaction, and there are no annual fees. So if you want to get started, you can earn up to $250 as a Bitcoin bonus when you buy crypto on Blockfi. And guys, this is a limited time offer, so definitely check the links down below in the description. But let's get back to the video. All right, guys, so now I'm back in the studio, got a couple of things to wrap up before we head out and give up my baby. But let's talk about the Pixel and just what it feels like in the hand, what it looks like. We haven't really quite talked about this design together yet, so let's talk about it. So the phone we're talking about today is the Pixel 6 Pro. And I gotta say, guys, it's a very clean looking device. It's got that camera bar in the back. It does have a triple camera system now. So you got that ultra wide, regular wide, and then the telephoto lens. So we'll talk about the cameras a bit more. But overall, it just looks like a clean phone. Google has some funky colors depending on which model you go with. But I like this one. This is the cloudy white, I believe.
Cloudy white, I remember.
It's cloudy white, right? And this one, I think it looks good. I am a little bit surprised though that the sides, they've got like a plastic feel to them. And if I remember correctly, this is like their smooth alloy frame, something like that. It just kind of feels like plastic. But on the Pixel 6, this is their tactical alloy frame. And guys, this thing feels like metal. It feels super premium. I don't really understand the choices here in terms of the materials. The cheaper version feels more premium than the more premium version. But I do think maybe it has something to do with the screens. So on the Pixel 6, you've got like this flat panel for the screen. Well, on the 6 Pro, you've got like those curved edges that kind of taper off on the sides. I wish they would just stop this trend. I'm not a fan personally, but still, look at this. This is a very clean looking phone. It just feels so premium. Don't get me wrong, the 6 Pro does feel like a nice premium device as well, but it does have like that plastic feel. And this one, when you're comparing it, just feels leagues better. But the 6 Pro offers some things that this just doesn't have, so I'm rocking out with this. But Jay, you think these bezels are thick?
I don't think so.
I see some people actually complain about it. I didn't notice. Yeah, I didn't notice it until I saw people commenting. I was like, oh, I guess it does have some thicker bezels. It's not that bad. What you think, Kevin? Oh, yeah, I mean. Okay, so that answers that. But I think this looks really good. I'm a huge Pixel 6 fan in terms of just like the overall body, the feel in the hand. This is good stuff, especially considering the $599 price. But we're not spending a day with the 6, spending the day with the 6 Pro. And I've had this well before today, obviously, but I gotta tell you guys, I've been loving this phone. I will say though, you know, real day in the life, so we're just straight up using the phone itself. This one in particular feels a bit, it's not crazy slippery, but it's a little slippery. Not so much with the 6, but one thing that I did notice, the phone cases that Google offers, I've got the phone case for the 6 Pro right here. This is a nice case. I love the feel of it, the texture. It's really nice. I won't use it today, but this is what I've been using.
And one thing to note, even though the 6 Pro is a bit slippery in the hand, the camera bar actually creates a nice place for the phone to rest against your finger. And it is a big phone, so it definitely feels like a two-handed device at times.
All right guys, so we're back in the garage, on my way to the body shop now. So we got the GPS queued up over here. I mean, we have GPS in the car, but I figured, why not test it out anyway? We've got like an hour ahead of us driving. So we'll just see how the battery gets hit once we go ahead and do a real trip with this. In terms of screen on time, we are looking at, so about an hour and 20 minutes. So not a ton of usage yet, because like I said, we've been busy today. We've been doing a lot of other recording and stuff. So we'll go ahead and see. We'll go and see how it does for the rest of the day. Jay, our MagSafe holder, it works in here. How? There's magnets in here? I'm not trusting that though.
MagSafe for me.
Oh my God, please, Jay. All right, guys, so we just reached my body shop of choice, J&B Body Works. Those guys always take really good care of Kiloa. It is 227. We got 60% battery left. So as you can see, GPS running for, it's more than an hour now, right, Jay? More than an hour.
Took us some detour.
Yeah, you know, we didn't miss any turns. We just took detours. But yeah, it's 227. We're gonna go ahead, talk to our folks over here, and then we'll head back in an Uber, and then I got some work to do. So, gotta stay productive. Now, before we go ahead and drop Kiloa off, I can't resist a good photo op. Like, it's a car, of course, take a picture of it, right? I mean, Kiloa needs a bit of a wash. I don't know if I even want to take this picture, Jay, but I'll do it anyway, and then we'll see what we get out of the Pixel here. So yeah, here's max screen brightness. Bam. But we're gonna do one portrait mode shot. You know, we got some trucks in the background now, but maybe portrait mode will just kind of blur them out and we still get a good shot. Not bad, not bad. Kiloa is still the subject for sure. Let me see if we can add some more blur there.
What's up, gentlemen?
My man, how's it going?
Well, what happened?
I trusted the auto park in my garage.
Sometimes I feel like if that happens, you should be able to call Elon and be like, hey, bud.
Yeah, you
got
know,
this one?
right, exactly. Yeah, it's like super dirty right now, but you're saying Dr. Beasley's can kind of clean that up?
I actually have a bottle that I can show you too, so you can see specifically what we're using.
Okay, perfect. And then I can just take a picture of that and look it up. All right, cool.
Great.
So the car looks messy, but this is what Mike just recommended me take a picture of that. So this guy right here can actually be used to clean up the satin wrap. Let's see what this photo actually looks like, Jay. Dang, Jay, look at the depth of field on this. That's not even portrait mode.
That's not portrait mode?
That's not portrait mode. That's clean, right? You know what, Jay? I'm gonna record this part on the phone. There's a feature, actually, to kind of deal with loud noises. Let me see here. So there's a speech enhancement feature right here, and it should help with better audio in loud environments like kind of where we are right now. So let's give it a shot. Let's see. Okay, guys, so we are actually going to be keeping the car since it is something that has to be ordered. Instead of taking the car and having it sit here for a week, we're pretty much going to just go ahead, take the car back, and when they get the part that we need, the door, we'll come back here and drop it off. Okay, so we're shooting this again just to see if we can get some speech, some audio that doesn't have the speech enhancement. So we're gonna see just how different this sounds in comparison to what had the speech enhancement. So seeing it sounds like everything kind of died down a little bit right now. Oh, there it goes. But we'll see what that difference sounds like right now.
And while the speech enhancement feature seems like a bit of a random one, I'm not mad that it exists. I don't think it performed that well in the times that I've tried it, but I think it's a cool feature to have and would love to see it improve. And I feel like that's a huge part of what the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro are all about. Providing these awesome features or solutions that the end user could really take advantage of. The phones are just packed with helpful features, and some aren't that new but are still awesome, like the call screening feature that makes callers announce who they are before you pick it up, live captions that put subtitles on anything that you're watching, now playing that identifies songs playing around you from the lock screen. But Google has also done some new things here to improve upon features that they've had in the past, like translations. Now with this phone, for the most part, you can communicate with others in a different language in real time. Honestly, there are just a ton of cool features that the Pixel offers, and Google is really banking on creating smart features that the end user will enjoy, taking advantage of everything that they know with AI and machine learning, and even going as far as creating a new processor, Google's Tensor chip, to make sure that they can deliver on the experience that they want. Now, this chip is new, and I'm sure folks will wonder, will I be able to do everything that I need to with this? And the answer is typically yes. I've had no issues with any of the typical things that I use on a daily basis with this phone, except when it came to gaming. And it's not all games, but I did notice that with some of the more fast-paced games that I played, there would be some weird moments where it doesn't respond the way I expect it to. And honestly, it just kind of felt like input lag, where I try to take a certain action and it just felt like delayed at times. It wasn't an all the time thing, but I did notice it here and there, and it's honestly not something I'm used to when gaming on a flagship level device. But these are really fast paced games and are probably the only areas I noticed the chip isn't as powerful as something like the latest Snapdragon chips. But with all the smart features that the phone gains, I think that from a quality of life perspective, it's a fair trade that most people probably won't even experience.
Guys, looks like I made it home just in time to catch this guy finishing up his dinner. How's dinner, buddy? But all right, I guess that wraps it up for my day. We're gonna go ahead, clean this guy up, get him down for bed, make sure my wife doesn't die over there, and then call it a wrap.
Austin, say bye-bye.
Say bye to the people. Say bye. I know you, there you go. I knew you had it.
And while the phone is smart and definitely made to make life a little bit easier, give you access to tools that you typically wouldn't find on other smartphones, one thing we can't forget is the fact that this phone also has a beastly camera. Now, me, I take photos a lot indoors, so I did a lot of inside shots. Usually I take shots of my family, Austin being my main subject these days, as well as like tech and products that I have in the studio. So I take a lot of pictures indoors, and this is where low light is really important. And from what I've seen outdoors, this camera is an absolute beast. I get great shots, but indoors, I'm able to pull off some really, really good shots as well. And that's all I'm looking for. And the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro specifically are made to handle different kinds of skin tones, which I can appreciate as a dark-skinned individual, since sometimes phones tend to struggle trying to get the exposure right for the background and the dark-skinned person in front of it. We see it all the time, but the Pixel 6 Pro has been handling everything like a champ. So I personally am very thrilled that they paid attention to that and that I've been able to pull off some of the shots that I got. Now you'll hear Pixels aren't great at video, but from my experience, I've been able to pull off some really great looking footage, and you can see the depth of field here looks awesome, as well as the colors. I'm personally a fan of the way the Pixel handles colors. They're nice and contrasty, and they've got some pretty good saturation. The Pixel 6 Pro has definitely had huge improvements when it comes to video compared to previous generations. So if you've been fearful that you won't be able to get good shots, I think the samples that I show here show that you can definitely pull off some nice stuff here. So for me personally, from a camera and features perspective, I absolutely love this phone. I do wish the sides were flat and that it handled gaming a little bit better, but this is the phone that I've been carrying around with me since its launch. So I'm extremely happy with this being my secondary phone. Now, the last thing I want to touch on is battery life. It was definitely fine for me. Now, keep in mind, I have been using this as a secondary device. Chances are, if you're on your phone a lot though, you will have to plug it in probably towards before you leave work or school or something. Chances are if you're hitting that 4 or 5 o'clock range, you might want to throw a charger on it. But for the most part, I've been pretty okay with the battery life. Overall, guys, I like this phone. I definitely have no issues recommending it, especially if the camera is a big deal for you, or you just want these nice features that really just enhance your experience with your smartphone. But that about wraps it up for this video, guys. I've been using this phone for a while now, and I'm absolutely still loving it. But till next video, it's your average consumer. Peace.